Ladies and gentlemen, coming in hot. Welcome back to the Double Long Pod. As always, the guillotine and some fresh ink.
Hell yeah! Put some more deer shit on my arms. So fucking
Daddy Rambo. Welcome, coming back at you. You know, people cannot say that you're not a deer hunter.
no,
They cannot say that.
cannot say that. No, well, I'm a poser. You know,
They could say that.
they could be like, hey, either this guy likes deer a lot, or he's just a fucking weirdo.
Yeah.
But you can't.
Both.
Yeah.
Both are true.
Yeah, I got a giant fucking. What do you think that is? I'm gonna say 8-inch. Maybe. We're gonna say that's 14 inches.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Easily.
Deer skull on my forearm, so that's cool.
I like it. Looks good.
Yeah.
Fits in good with the Blackwater mural, I guess you could say.
Yeah, I'm going back December 15th. I'm gonna finish, and then after that, I probably have some like shading just to tie like everything together and stuff. But yeah, I'll have the actual tattoos done December 15th. I got 2 more. I'm getting right here. It's gonna be. I don't want to say it because somebody steals my tattoo. I'm gonna be pissed.
You fucking pieces of shit.
I'll tell you later. Yeah, man, we had a hell of a time in Blackwater, didn't we?
You can call it that, sure.
It was a blast.
You can call it that.
What do you mean?
Fucking place sucks a dick, dude.
Oh, it's rough.
Yeah, it's rough.
It's not easy hunting. That's for sure. Honestly, it's just like unforgiving.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and it depends on where you hunt, but no matter where you hunt, especially the week we went. So this year was the worst for mosquitoes, for sure. God. It was just hot, man. Ryan and I were talking about this. I don't know if you were there, but last year there was a couple days where like we had to wear our hoodies. This year there was not one day where I wore a hoodie, not even in the morning. Yeah. Like I wore a long sleeve shirt, but that was it. It was just hot. The mosquitoes were relentless, and they're everywhere. Of course, they're more near the swamp than anywhere else, but the marsh a little bit, but the swamp's the worst. The marsh is pretty bad too, but the swamp. So the difference between a marsh and a swamp is that a swamp is generally a flooded, wooded area, so it's got like full-size trees. A marsh is like grasses and stuff.
Frag.
Yeah, the frag would be considered marsh. The needle grass would be considered marsh. And the swamp, or what's the other word for it? The flooded timber is the swamp, you know.
Flooded timber is a sight to see. I was telling you about this down there. It's like this area that just got frozen in time, basically. Because there's just all these dead trees that they're dead.
Yeah.
And I guess water just came in and everything died.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Some stuff does grow, obviously, but just dead trees everywhere.
Yeah, I noticed that in some spots that we went. I'm not going to say the unit, but that was flooded timber last year when we went, and then this year it had a lot of grass because it was so dry, I think, that grass started to grow where there was water.
I gotcha.
And then we got all that rain, and it's flooded again, but it's grassy flooded. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's wild. It's interesting to see how that environment changes over time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree with you. It looks frozen in time because it's like no more trees are going to grow. This is it. What's here is here.
Yeah.
And then, in time they'll fall, but that's it. It's cool.
It's sketchy going in the morning flooded timber, which we hunted the first morning that I was down there with you. Because, like, in your dim green or red light, every tree looks good.
Yeah.
And then you get up to it and it doesn't have any bark left, or you get halfway up it and there's no bark, and you're like, oh, fucking shit.
And the tree's just swaying like way more than normal.
Yeah.
It's a sketchy feeling.
Yeah.
There's been times where I've climbed trees in there and I've gotten up there and I'm like, fuck. Like, I should climb down.
Yeah.
I don't.
Well, that tree you were in the first morning that I was there, it was alive, wasn't it? It was a pretty big bastard.
Yes. Yeah. That was a great tree. Yeah.
Yeah. The one I was in was a leaner, and it was dead.
Ooh.
So that was great.
How do you feel about leaners in a saddle?
I tell you what, we'll get to it. But if the tree is leaning away from me,
it's pretty nice.
that was pretty fucking sweet.
Yeah.
I would recommend that.
Highly recommend.
Yes.
Yeah. If you're in a saddle, you want that tree leaning away.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Yes.
Yeah. But, yeah, I'd have to agree with that. So, for the viewers, Johnny came down. You rolled Wednesday, right?
I left. When did I leave? I can't remember.
I think it was Wednesday evening.
No, I think I killed my hind Wednesday.
No, you left Thursday morning.
Yeah, the Thursday.
Yeah. When you just totally ruined the
I'm
story.
sorry.
Well, John, you killed a hind?
What?
So the first 2 days you were there, it was Monday and Tuesday.
Mm.
You got there Sunday evening. We did the podcast. We released that, so y'all are up to date as of that point. Monday morning,
Yes.
we went out. John, you want to give us a rundown of your week and how it ended?
Well, Monday morning, we go to a unit. Can we say the unit? No.
Yeah, go ahead, say it.
You? Was it you?
Yeah, we went to you.
You. Monday morning, we went to you. You took me to your honey hole. I got drenched crossing the canal, basically. And found a nice tree. We were like maybe 60 yards apart. And, watching the wood ducks come in. And it's 7 o'clock, 7:10, 7:15. I catch some movement to my left.
Oh, yeah.
Of what I think is a Sika Deer. And then I keep looking, and it's a guy.
Yeah.
Just walking through the flooded timber at 20 after 7 in the goddamn morning.
Yep.
And then I hear you rip off a bugle to pretty much say, hey, buddy.
What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. So my thought was, I'm sitting there, and I watch this guy walking in.
Yeah.
He's got a fucking climber on his back. It's 7:15 in the morning. Like, public service announcement. Okay? It's public land. If you fucking sleep in, stay the fuck home. Don't, you know what? I fucked up. I slept in. I'm just going to go ruin somebody else's fucking hunt.
Even if it's not public land, even if you're going to private land and you're rolling in at 7:15.
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, not only did you, so if you're on public land, you do that, you're ruining your hunt and whoever else his hunt.
Yeah.
That guy should have got punched in the fucking nuts.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a dick move, man. And I don't understand what his thought process was there.
I don't know.
Like, dude, it's too late to be coming into the fucking woods. You need to be getting in there an hour before sunrise. You know what I mean? I'm not talking, I'm talking an hour before first light, rather. Sunrise, an hour before sunrise is a little late. Like, I mean, it's okay, you know what I mean? But an hour before first light or an hour and a half before sunrise is when you should be climbing in your fucking tree. You're coming in at literally, this dude rolled in at prime time. Like, the sun had just come up. It had been up for like 30 minutes or so. And he's fucking walking right in the thick of the shit. You know what I mean?
I don't understand the thought process.
Yeah.
That is prime time for whitetail and Sika.
Yeah.
I can't get in his brain and wonder what he was thinking.
I don't know. Because I was like, maybe he was looking for a deer he shot. It's still a dick move because that time is not a good time to be going back to do it. But no, because he had a climber on his fucking back.
Yeah.
I mean, like, jackass. Just a fucking jackass.
That's it. That's all there was to that. And that's all the action we saw for that day. Or that morning, I should say.
Yeah. And evening, do you remember where we went after that? I mean, it doesn't matter where. I think I remember where. That's where we took that hike out. And we went into an island.
Okay. Yeah. And we walked up on a guy from Missouri. Me and Ryan did. Sorry about that, buddy. But we seen a hind.
Yep.
She was about 35 yards from me, closer to you, right?
About 35.
But she was just behind some junk, and it was getting dark, and there was no shot on that twat.
No. Ryan seen a nice stag, but he was too far out. Ryan said he bugled at him, and the stag kind of like stopped and looked over in his direction and was just like, all right.
Yeah.
And just kept on doing his thing.
And then we Batmaned out of the tree and went to go after Ryan, and he is in the middle of the frag.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, help me. And you just dive in after him. And the water was like 4 feet deep.
Yeah. So I was fucking pissed. Ryan's like, he was like, hey, you guys want to come give me a hand? So we'd start walking over there. He's like, you guys want to hurry up? I'm fucking sinking. And I'm like, oh, shit, okay. And I'm like, where's the path? And he's like, just go around this frag and turn in. Yeah. So I'm like, okay. So I'd go around, and I start walking towards him, and I step like I'm going to hit, like,
some solid.
Yeah. Like, I know it's water, but I went up to my fucking nipples. And my first words are, "You motherfucker!
You're a dick.
You're a dick.
You're a fucking dick."
As I thought he was fucking with me,
Yeah.
like he was pranking me. You know what I mean? Like, hey, come over here. Oh, gotcha. But he was like, dude, no, I was really stuck.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
And then I just sat there on the path and watched you both just flounder.
Yeah, it was. I mean, at least I got a bath. You know,
Yeah.
that was wild. Got out of there all right. That was a cool hunt. Yeah, so pretty much Monday, Tuesday were a bust. Like we seen some deer. We didn't have any shots on any of them, did we? No. It was all just close calls, but never got to punch the button or pull the trigger on something. So then Tuesday morning.
Tuesday morning. Yeah, because that was Monday. Tuesday morning we went to another unit. I had that spike come in. And then it went to you after it spooked me.
Oh, yeah. That was cool. So we seen one Tuesday morning.
Yeah, it came from directly at my 6 o'clock. And I kind of looked back at him just to see what it was. And he's probably 15 yards at this point. And he's walking. I can hear him walking, so I go to reach for my bow. And I hear him stop walking. And I'm like, well, I'm fucking busted. And I go to turn to look back at him. And as soon as he gets in my periph, he's gone like a shot out of a fucking cannon.
Now, how high were you?
I wasn't that high. It was a really small tree.
Oh, okay.
I was probably 3 moves up.
Gotcha. So, I mean, high enough.
Yeah, 18 feet, 20 feet.
He just got you. He busted you.
There was 0 wind.
Yeah.
So if there maybe there was a little wind to mask my movement.
Yeah.
But he busted me fucking dead nuts.
I feel like they are pretty good. I feel like they might see better than whitetail. I don't know if they see better or they're just more. They look up more. I don't know, but they definitely look up.
He was heading right for my tree too.
Really?
Maybe if he was going left or right, maybe I wouldn't have been busted. But he fucking busted me.
Yeah. And then he pretty much scurried over to me.
Yeah.
I was about 100 yards from you,
Probably.
maybe a little more. And that was cool. I got to see him. He didn't come in close enough or anything. And then Tuesday night. That was when we had that shit show hunt, right?
Took a bike ride.
Yeah. And it was that was basically just like, let's try this place out. That was the first time we went there. Ryan seen a 6-pointer. Ryan was so the first couple days, Ryan was seeing a lot of action. He missed one. He hit a branch. We talked about that.
Yeah.
But he seen one that night. But that 6-pointer was not in his range. And that was the first time we went to that place. I think that unit is doable. I just think, man, it was hot as shit that night. It was like 82 degrees.
Yeah.
Just not wasn't a great sit for you or I. We didn't see a fucking thing.
And like halfway through that sit, I'm starting to feel some in my throat, a little sniffling going on, and then the mosquitoes just came with a vengeance through my thermocell, and I was like, I got to get down.
Yeah.
I can't fucking do this. And then Wednesday morning, I woke up and I was waving the white flag. I was fucking sick. Caught something from one of you plague rats, and went out to Dollar General and got
some medication.
I got 200 count of fucking cough drops. Loaded up the fucking fanny pack with them. I was full blown set on getting the fuck out of there.
Yeah,
I had enough. But then I was like, man, I'm not going out like that. Fuck that.
Yeah.
I don't care what I got. All I got's a little bit of a cough, sore throat. I'm going to go get some shit. I'm going to deal with it.
Yeah.
Y'all went hunting. I stayed back at the camp, got some shit done, charged up my batteries for my fan. Need my fan.
Mm-hmm.
And just kind of hung around camp and waited for you guys to come back.
And I came back successful. Got me a hind that morning.
Yeah, baby.
It was a beautiful thing. I don't want to give away too many of the units. You know what I mean? So I'll leave it at. I'm not going to mention the unit, but it was a tough shot. I had a really small window and sitting there all morning and fucking nothing. I mean, I heard, I don't even think I heard any bugles or anything.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, and I'm trying to recall this because I don't want to tell the story incorrectly. But yeah, so it was just like kind of a last minute thing. It was I want to say around the same time. It was like 7:30 in the morning, and I'm just hanging out. Didn't hear anything. I really don't think I heard a single bugle. And this one started just beating down this path, and there was like a fallen over tree right in the middle of the path. So I'm assuming she was going to take a hard right and come to my left. And I'm like, fuck yeah. But instead of doing that, this deer decided to take the hard path and jump over the tree and go the other way. So I had to shoot on my weak side, but it was a fucking chip shot, 20-yard shot. Fucking just let her have it. She probably ran all 30 yards and piled up. So that was a beautiful thing. Got that monkey off my back. I was like, okay, I got one. This week is not a failure. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, because, you know, we go down there and it's like, I'd love to tag out. I'd love to get 3 of them. But at the same time, as long as I get one, I'll be happy. Yeah. You know? So that's how I felt. I was like, I got one. I'm good to go. So we come back to camp and we celebrate and just, you know, I mean, it's just pure ecstasy for me. You and Ryan are crying and scratching mosquito bites. And
I'm coughing and hacking.
So that was cool. And you're like, all right, motherfuckers. You're like, I ain't fucking leaving. Let's go out.
I was like fucking Leonardo DiCaprio in Wolf of Wall Street. I ain't fucking leaving. And we had planned on going to this unit Wednesday night. We're like, all right, this is where we're going Wednesday night. And that's where we went. And
this unit was, it's not just the unit. Like the unit, you don't have to hike that far, but we went into the thickness, into the oblivion of the marsh.
Into the thick of it.
Yeah. And what was it? It was about 1.92 miles to where we set our stands up.
1.5 mile bike ride.
Yeah, and about a little less than half of a mile hike through some shit.
Yeah. You were a little further than I was, but still.
Yeah. We weren't too far apart. Probably, 150 yards?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. And this unit, this specific location is a spot that I like. I've killed one here before, so it's a cool spot. Where you sat, I haven't sat before, but Kevin and Brandy sat there last year, so I knew it was a great location. And that was an evening hunt, right?
Yes, Wednesday night.
And it was just, I mean, electric. This is when I felt like the rut really started to kicking off.
Yeah.
And I mean, we heard ungodly amount of bugles. I mean, the woods was on fire. It was a cooler night, probably, but not like crazy cool. It was like 78.
Yeah, there was a nice breeze.
Yeah.
I never got a chance to click on the thermostat that I had to borrow from you.
Yeah.
Because I dropped mine on the bike ride in.
That's why I always bring two.
Yeah.
Because you drop one, and it's not even like, oh, well, I'll pay attention to it. If it gets wet, it's fucked.
I did find it. It was in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
So thank God for that. But
yeah. So we're texting back and forth. Ryan's he's got like a debacle going on.
Ryan, pick up your fucking phone and go on to Onyx and see where you're at next time. Jesus Christ.
Because I'm trying to tell Ryan like where I think he should go, because this was his first time at this unit.
Yeah.
And I guess we just had a communication failure. What we have here is a failure to communicate. And he just could not get right.
Yeah.
So it took it, and he bumped like 2 deer. So I'm seeing deer early. And that was cool. And I'm texting back and forth with you. And you are like, there's a fucking deer here. So tell us your story.
So we get to a fork in this trail, and I go left. We bump fists, go right, aim small, miss small, the whole ordeal. And I get to where I want to be, and the only tree is a leaner. But it's leaning out towards the frag. I'm like, all right, I'll get in this motherfucker. Fuck it. So I scurry up there. All I'm wearing is a T-shirt and my leafy suit over top of that with basketball shorts and my waders. So I was a comfy bitch up in there, dog. And finally, I get up in there, and I'm looking around. I'm like, yeah, this will work. This will work. And then, I don't what was it, 10 after 5? I'm like, holy fuck, there's a goddamn deer.
Yeah.
It was 10 yards away. It was the smallest deer I've ever seen. It was like the size of a fucking beagle.
Really?
Yeah.
So it was a fawn.
It was a fawn.
Yeah.
And I was like, God damn it. Where the fuck did that thing come from?
Did you think about shooting it at all?
I didn't even have a shot.
Yeah.
There was no, it was on my weak side. And by the time I seen it, it scurried off. And where I was on dry land right next to frag.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm sitting there another 5 minutes or so, and I'm hearing something in the frag. And I can see like a flicker of white. And all of a sudden, this hind appears at like 20 yards.
What time is it?
It's like 5:15.
Plenty of daylight.
Plenty of daylight. There was an hour and a half left of daylight.
Yeah.
I'm like, this shouldn't be happening this early from everything that I've heard.
Yeah. It's a rare occurrence to see them that early in the evening.
Yeah. And she comes up on dry land, and she's just milling along behind these little pine tree saplings, so there's no shot. She's just milling along, and she's on my weak side, so I'm just trying to like shimmy around and turn and get my lanyard over my shoulder, and I finally do that, and I'm just kind of leaning into my lanyard and just waiting for her to do her thing, and she finally steps out behind this little sapling, slightly quartering to, and I draw. I roll through the click on that Onyx clicker.
Mm.
Click, pow! That fucking arrow goes, and it hits her perfect. Right in the fucking heart.
Hell yeah.
And when that arrow ripped through that deer and sunk 2 feet in the goddamn mud, I saw the wound open up on that animal. I was like, yeah, she ain't taking that very fucking far. She makes a hard right, goes into the frag, maybe 20 yards, and I can hear her take her last breaths.
Yeah.
She goes, ha.
Just like laying down for bed.
Yeah, that's it. Night, sweetie.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how'd that feel?
That was great.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome.
Hell yeah. Got that first. So not only was that your first Sika Deer, that was your first public land bow deer.
Which is wild.
Which is crazy because you've been hunting whitetail forever, but you did mostly public with like rifle and shotgun muzzleloader stuff until recently. You've started to dabble a little bit in public land with the bow, but I mean you've been hunting private for a long time.
Yeah.
So that's cool. You got that kind of knocked off the bucket list.
Yeah, and I get down and I just kind of go into the frag where I think she might have went. Don't do that. Because you're not going to find shit.
No.
You got to find blood.
Yep.
And once I was texting you, I was like, this is going to be fucking impossible. What the fuck? And then I was like, oh, wait, found blood. And we might post a picture of that. There was blood everywhere.
Yeah.
That Grim Reaper ripped through her. And once I finally got her after about 20 yards, drug her back up, got her gutted, that Grim Reaper split her heart in 3.
That's awesome.
I don't know how she went as far as she did.
Right.
I mean, her heart was gone.
You'd think she would have just dropped on the spot, but they're tough animals, man.
She had enough blood in her brain to go 20 yards.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that Grim Reaper, holy cow.
Yeah. It's a great broadhead.
Fantastic.
Yeah. You got to send. You should post a picture of her heart. Do you still have that? You sent it in Snap.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. I mean, it literally just filleted her heart in 3 pieces.
Mm-hmm.
It was awesome.
Sheesh. But, yeah, drug her out to the trail and waited for you guys and got that monkey off my back.
Hell yeah.
Packed up and got the fuck out of there.
Yeah, so then John's like, I'm going home. We're like, what? Like, I came down here. I did what I came down here
Mission
to do.
accomplished.
He's like, I'm leaving tomorrow morning. Fuck you guys.
That place sucks, bro.
So you really not a fan of Sikaville, huh? You think it was just the weather, that being hot and kind of slow?
You know,
because it was the beginning of the week was a little slow.
As I'm gutting that hind, the frag is going bananas.
Mm-hmm.
Just bugles and blah blah blah. I'm like, wow.
That's when I love it. That's why we go. You know.
Yeah. I mean, it was hot, and I can deal with the mud. I can deal with the water. What I can't deal with is the fucking mosquitoes, bro.
Yeah.
I can't do it. And they're relentless.
Mm-hmm.
They don't leave you alone.
Even with the thermocell, like the thermocells will keep them at bay, but you're still getting bit. It's not going to keep you're still going to have mosquitoes on you.
Yeah.
It just slows them down. It's crazy. I mean, unless it's a little cooler. When it gets a little cooler, it's not nearly as bad. The thermocells can damn near keep them off you altogether.
Mm-hmm.
But holy fuck, man, it was bad. I mean, the guy next to us, he probably, I guess something happened to his thermostat or something. He was covered in mosquito bites.
No.
100 of them.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I could do it either, like without a thermocell. But
when was it? Tuesday morning? Just trying to get up in my tree. It's impossible.
Yeah.
You've been saying like you almost need to turn that fucking thing on at the truck.
Yeah.
Let it get hot.
Yeah.
Or maybe not the truck, but you know what I mean.
But yeah, like before you even get your stand, let it start kicking.
Yeah.
Because that way, by the time you get in your tree, it's already nice and hot and it's emitting that smoke. And that's why I take two, man. Because like, I just feel like one, it helps, but two, you need two.
Tuesday morning, I was like hugging that fucking thing. Just waiting for it, like, please get hot. Please, please. It finally got hot, and it kept them at bay. But, man, oh, man, the mosquitoes are terrible.
Yeah.
And the guys say, like, they're always there, like, year-round in that fucking black water.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, we've went in December and January, and I can't remember. I want to say I seen them in January. Jesus. I know I seen them in December, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Ryan and I went in December, and they were there. Which is fucking nuts.
Yeah.
But yeah, they definitely slow down though. Like in December, it's like no factor. You know what I mean? Like you might see a couple, but it's no big deal. And I guess it depends on how cold of a year it is too. But every 10 degrees cooler, it makes a difference. Like, but man, once it gets up over 80, the mosquitoes are bad. Now I feel like when it's like below 60. It's pretty tolerable. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But any hotter than that, it's fucking rough.
My fucking lats. Both my lats were just like one big mosquito bite.
Yeah.
Because you're, like you said, your clothes are nice and tight right there, so they can just punch right through that shit and suck your blood.
Yeah. Anywhere your clothes are tight, they will get you. What I found, and I did this on the last day I was there, luckily because it was raining. They can't bite through rain gear. So
okay.
In the morning they were lighting my fucking face and ears and hands up.
Yeah.
So I got that Picardin lotion from Sawyer's, and right before I got out of my truck, I layered that on my hands and my face. Dude, I don't think I got bit once.
No shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you have to put that lotion on right away, and I think as you sweat, it really starts to wear off.
Oh yeah.
But with that and thermocells and rain gear, like I was good.
Yeah,
good. But it was cool that day. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to wear fucking rain gear that doesn't breathe at all when it's 85 degrees out.
Yeah.
So it's just there's no way around the mosquitoes there, and it does. It makes it fucking miserable. But you gotta be more persistent. You gotta just be like, fuck these mosquitoes. You know what I mean? You gotta want it more than the mosquitoes want you.
I don't think that's a thing.
No, well,
they want you.
Yeah, they do. It's rough. But so you scurry on out of there. You packed up and you were like, I'm out of here.
Beating feet. I'm going north. Fuck this place.
And honestly, the week did start to pick up a little bit. It kind of stayed like it was that evening. Like we had a lot of action. The morning you left, man, I made a mistake.
Ooh.
Went out, and like I said, I had a hind. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna rip off a bugle because there was a bunch of people in the woods this morning.
Okay.
Not close to us, but like I had people walking in a little late, and I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna start bugling.
Fuck it.
And or no, that wasn't a bugle. It was a mew. I was mewing. And I sat in a place because I seen this 6-point stag with you. And I sat in a place where I was anticipating he could possibly be. Mm-hmm. So I was like, I'm just going to hit a couple mews. Because I hear something just inside the frag. I know there's a deer in there moving around. So I just hit a couple soft mews. And not even 5 minutes later, I see a deer coming out. Yeah. And it's the morning, and the light's just starting to come up. So as he got closer, I could see, oh, that's a decent-sized stag.
Hell yeah.
And he's basically just at a pretty moderate pace, but with purpose. He's moving with purpose in my direction. But there's a, like, I don't know. I don't want to say like ditch because it really wasn't thick. Like you could easily walk through it. It was only like ankle deep of water. And I ranged the other side of it. And the other side was about 43 yards ish. And he starts walking like along that water line. He didn't come into the water. He stayed just on the other side of it. Mm-hmm. And he's on my weak side. And he comes in, and I look, and as he gets closer, I realize he's a 4-pointer, but he's a nice 4-pointer. He's actually bigger than the one I got last year.
Okay.
Nice size. Yeah, and his main beams were real tall.
Okay.
It was cool shit looking. Really awesome deer. And they were like straight up. Like mine come up and they've got like little curves in them.
Yeah.
These were like straight up spikes, and then he had nice little brow tines on them. Cool looking deer.
Hell yeah.
So I'm like, let's fucking go, baby. So I spin around my tree, and I did the old, like, rather than like do it over, you put my lanyard over my shoulder, I put my foot on my platform and went around the back of my tree and drew like this.
Like a fucking ninja.
And so I put my pin on 43, which is like right about where he was. And he was moving, and when he came to where he was, I was like, meh, and he stopped, and I was like, I know they drop like a motherfucker, and I know I should aim low on them. Like, yeah, my pin's on, he's right about where he is, but you still aim low.
Yeah. And
for some reason, I just didn't.
Brain fart.
Yeah, I just aimed like, for maybe a double lung shot. Mm. And I didn't even aim at the heart, and I guess I was rushing it. It was my weak side. Like I had to stop him, and I fucked up. Yeah. And I shot, and it was a good shot, man. If he would have stayed perfectly still.
You piece of shit.
But he fucking dropped. I watched him drop and slightly turn.
Oh, yeah.
By the time my lighted knock got to him.
Isn't that wild?
I mean, he was down and starting to turn. So, like, if I would have aimed, like, for his armpit, I would have fucking drilled him.
Spined him.
Yeah, probably spined him, yeah. But he just, and I knew, I've talked to you guys about it all that week. Like, these motherfuckers dropped, dude. He was like, you got to aim low, and I'll aim low at 20. I aim, like, right at the heart. That way, if they do drop, you're still hitting them,
Oh, yeah.
And at 20, you got a little more forgiveness. But out there at 40, 45, you got to aim low. You have to. And like you said, I probably would have spined him or hit him kind of high. You know what I mean? If I aimed at his heart.
Usually, if a deer is dropping and turning,
spine.
The way they're turning, it's going to go up in them and just fucking spine them.
Yeah.
It's happened to me tens of times.
Yeah. And then you put a second one in them, and it is what it is.
That's
but
it.
I didn't. I just failed to execute. I made a mistake, and I watched him take off. My arrow hit the tree behind him and fucking broke off in the tree, and yep, that sucked.
Always aim for the heart. Always aim for the heart.
Anymore, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, double lung's great, but like you say, if they drop just a little bit, you're double lunging them.
Yeah.
Or if you aim for double lung and they drop a little bit, you're either going to spine them or
miss.
Whiff.
Yeah, depending on how much they drop. And at 40, 45 yards, they can drop a good bit before that arrow gets there. So
always aim for the armpit.
That was a mistake.
Uncle Rambo's tech tip for you.
Uncle Rambo's tack tip of the day.
Yeah.
Tech tip, sorry. Thinking of tack already. Jesus Christ.
That's far away.
Yeah. All right. So hold on. I got some notes in here. There was something, and maybe I'm wrong, but I got to look at these notes real quick because I think there was something that I wanted to discuss on here. Oh, okay. So this was something that we talked about while we were down there, but I think it would be interesting to spur this thought in the listeners' minds. All right. Now you're hunting, and a deer comes up. You shoot it. That deer takes off. Somebody else shoots it, and it drops where that guy shot it. Whose deer is that?
It's the first guy's, right? Is that what I said to begin with? I don't remember.
I don't think it is. You son of a bitch. But no, I mean, just what do you think? I mean, what is your reasoning? Why would you say it's the first guy? Like, what if the first guy I mean, all right. I mean, we could get into the weeds and be like,
Yeah.
well, the first guy made a gut shot. Then whose deer is it? Then does your opinion change then?
Man, I guess it's all what the fuck happens.
Yeah.
Like you said, gut shot. I don't know, man. I really don't. Yeah, I'll take one. But if you make a perfect shot, double lung, and it runs over 60 yards and it's still running, guy makes another good shot and kills it, like on the spot. It's that first guy's deer.
Yeah.
But if you make a shitty shot and you shoot it in the hip or the guts or something, and it runs over another guy and he fucking just peppers it right in the lungs or the heart, then it's got to be that guy's deer,
That's
right?
that guy's deer, yeah.
But then who's
you don't even know if you'd have found that deer.
Exactly. But then you get up to it and it's like, no, I hit it here. Well, no, I hit it here.
Right.
And then you get into this whole rigmarole and it's like, that's a tough question that I don't think has a right answer to.
I agree. I think it's very circumstantial. Gary Smith, we asked Gary Smith, shout out, great fucking dude. He said, well, it depends on how big the second guy is.
That's what I was getting ready to say.
You get down and it's fucking Tito Ortiz over there or fucking The Rock. It's
Fucking
like,
Brock Lesnar.
you need help packing that out, dude?
Give me a hand. You want me to gut it for you?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I just, it really depends on how good the first shot was. Because I feel like, man, that's your deer, unless you made a terrible shot.
Yeah.
If you made a terrible shot, you could argue for the second guy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But it's also like, now, if it's me and you, and that happened, I'm putting an arrow in that deer just to make sure we find him. That's your deer.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
No
Like, if
doubt.
you shoot a deer and he runs over to me and stops, it's a fucking nice buck, I'm going to put an arrow in him just so he don't go nowhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that's your deer.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that.
Yeah, and if it was me, please, put another one in him.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
for the love of God.
Like, because God knows I make bad shots. Like, help me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with that 1,000%. But yeah, that's a tough answer. The listeners should weigh in on that.
Yeah, we'd love to hear from you guys. Comment on the tube. Let us know what you guys think.
I'd love to hear the different opinions of people.
Yeah. It's a cool question, and it's something that does happen from time to time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I got a shooter pass for you. Shooter pass. Coffee before a morning hunt.
Pass.
You won't do it.
I mean, I don't mind coffee, but
Yeah.
me.
See, I got to shoot, but
Yeah.
I shoot it with a little bit of disdain, or I know there's a risk involved.
Bring toilet paper.
Yeah. So me and Ryan, we're both, I mean, different, but like, see, for me, as soon as that coffee touches my lips,
Shit.
like, I'm pretty much, okay, I'm going to go take a shit, and then I leave and I'm good. Ryan, on the other hand, it doesn't hit him till we get there. So this motherfucker's always shitting in parking lots. If you want to find Ryan Maitland, ladies and gentlemen, find a piece of public land with some fucking shitty fucking pine needles in the parking lot. That's where he hunts.
Yeah, you guys were like, man, how do you do it? How do you get up without coffee? I'm like, that's a stone cold motherfucker, dog.
Yeah. Yeah, psychopath.
I don't know. I mean, I don't mind coffee. I got a couple coffee makers, but it's just not the first thing I think of.
I did it one morning. Me and Ryan tied one on pretty good after, well, I'll get to that in a second. And I overslept. Ryan wasn't going hunting because he had to leave for a wedding. And I overslept. I woke up. It was like 4:45. And I was like, fuck. So I just got up, put all my clothes on. I didn't even drink coffee and went straight to the woods. I still was in my tree. Just for you fucking assholes who like to come in at 7:15. I was in my tree and ready to hunt an hour before sunrise.
Yeah, get some.
So I was a little late, though. Like, see, I think that's late to me. It is a little late, but it's okay. Like, if you do that, all right, whatever, dude. But you got a really good chance of, like, you know, not killing deer because you came in when they're fucking moving around, you know? Like, especially these Sika, they move a lot in the dark. Yeah. I mean, they just do on public land. So, but to continue our story.
Well, how did you feel without no coffee?
I felt fine.
Okay.
I felt fine. Yeah, I was good. It just, you know.
I think that's just like a routine thing.
Yeah,
creatures
it is.
Creatures of habit.
I enjoy coffee in the morning. It's
as do I.
It's a luxury. And do I need it? No. Does it help me wake up a little bit? Yeah. But I was fine. Shit.
It's too fucking hot for you, boy. I can't deal with the hot shit, man.
Yeah. I don't like my coffee super hot either.
Yeah.
But honestly, like the hike in and climbing a fucking tree in the dark, like if that doesn't get you awake, I don't know. You might need something checked out.
Filling up your waders wading through a canal.
Yeah, so I was good to go.
Yeah.
So then that evening, that was a fast forward, but Ryan, he got one. So we went into this new spot. So everybody got a deer on this trip. But Ryan got this one, and I think this was Friday. I can't recall the exact day, but it was also kind of early. Not real early. We had plenty of light though, and it was a smaller hind. It was smaller than yours and mine, but it was it was a hind.
Get some.
Yeah. Well, this is his second for the year, so he's only got one tag left, and now he's dead set on getting a stag. So he was pumped, and he kind of felt the same way as you because he had to go to a wedding. And that's why he was like, he got that hind. He was like, I'm sleeping in tomorrow morning, dude. I got to get ready. He packed all his shit, you know what I mean, in the morning and headed down to, like, I can't remember where he went, West Virginia or something for a wedding. People, I wish people would just realize that the world revolves around deer hunting and not plan events in deer season. Like, that people don't know. Like, nothing really matters more than this. So
yeah, look, your boy is old enough to say no. And if you're inviting me to a wedding in October or November, or maybe even December, I'm not going to be there.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I mean, unless you're, like, really close family, like, I'm going to say no. You know what I mean? Like,
if you're a second cousin, get fucked.
Yeah, sorry, dude. Like, nah, dude. You know, you're a buddy from work. No, I'm not coming.
Thanks, but no thanks.
Yeah, now, if it's like, there's times where it's one day. You have to bite the bullet and go. And I get that. And this was, for Ryan, it was one of Krista's good friends. So I understand.
I say no.
But it's annoying. It's really annoying. Like, it's like, fuck.
I mean, I get it. Fall is a very, I guess it's still summery, but fall is a pretty time of year.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
But don't do it.
Don't.
Yeah.
But anyway, so he was happy. He got a hind. He got some more meat to add in his freezer. And he went on his merry way. And I still got 2 tags left. So I'm like, well, I ain't fucking done.
I ain't fucking leaving.
So I went out that morning. Like I said, woke up kind of late. It was a bust. I got skunked. Heard a couple, but I didn't trek that far. I didn't go where I wanted to go because I didn't want to blow up other people's hunts because there was already 2 trucks in the parking lot when I got there. So I was like, I'm just going to stay out in the timber and not, I'm going to be a decent human being.
Oh.
And just,
they exist?
I sat on, and this is something that, we love. We love this with whitetail too. I sat on a nice edge. It was the edge of a swamp and some timber. And it's not a place I've seen anybody else hunt. And I seen a bunch of scrapes there, which was cool. I'm assuming they were scrapes. They could have been wallows, but I think it was scrapes. I think it was whitetail.
Hey.
But, hey, a big buck walks by me in the marsh. I'm going to let that motherfucker eat.
Fucking ace.
Dropping his blood pressure. In a heartbeat. But, so I got 1 hunt left Saturday night. It's been raining all day. It's fucking 20-mile-an-hour winds. But temp drop.
Yeah, baby.
Temperature dropped about 15 degrees. So now with Sika, from what I've observed in my short time hunting these beautiful small mud elk, they don't like high winds either. They're like whitetail. They do not like it when it's real windy. It makes them feel insecure. So like their primary sense is their nose. And I think Sika they rely on their eyes and ears a little more than whitetail do, but their primary sense is smell. Mm-hmm. So when you've got all this wind, not only is it moving everything, so it's fucking their vision up, and they can't pick up movement as well. But all this scent is just blowing all over the place. So it's just an uncomfortable time for them to move. I'm not saying they won't move, but you're not going to see as much movement when it's really windy. And that goes across the board for any type of cervidae, any species that is even related to whitetail, whether it may be mule deer, whitetail, Coues deer, Sika deer. All of them are going to, I think, move less in high wind. So I've got that going against me. Don't like that. But temp drop.
Yeah, baby.
I like that. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna hunt. It's my last day. I got tags to fill, so I'm going. Yeah. My hopes weren't real high, but they weren't real low either, because it was like, hey man, we got a cold front. I know it's windy, but hey, cold front.
Yeah.
So I head in extra early because I got nothing fucking better to do. I'm a loser.
Set the camp jag off.
Yeah, all right. Sit at the campsite by myself. I mean, whatever. I packed all my shit up. I was ready to go. Went in. I got in there at a little after noon, and I got to my spot. I trudged deep into the marsh. Well, actually deep into the timber and just into the marsh, into the timber, through the flooded timber, and into the marsh.
Nice.
And I'm sitting there hanging out. I was actually reading a little bit of a book because I'm just not expecting a whole lot of movement early on. Had a light drizzle, very windy. I mean, I was fucking, and the tree I'm in was all of about that big around. So I was fucking up there just surfing. I was starting to get like motion sickness.
Shit.
Yeah. Like I felt like, so I'm in a saddle, I felt like on strong gusts of wind, my ass would touch the ground. You know what I mean? Like just blowing me over. It was wild. Yeah. I think that's the most movement I've done in a sit. Because, I mean, I just sat there for fucking 8 hours fucking just swaying. Wasn't hearing a fucking thing. And at 2:45 p.m., I hear a plop, plop, plop. But it was. Sorry, it wasn't a plop, plop, plop. It was more like a plop, just one plop in the flooded timber behind me. And I'm reading my book. Or no, I was texting Rachel. And I was like, it's probably just a frog. So I send my text. I put my phone in my pouch, and I turn back just to look in the direction, just to see. God damn it if it isn't a fucking hefty hind.
Hell yeah.
35 yards, just strolling.
You said 2:45?
2:45 p.m.
God.
I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? So I grab my bow, turn around, and I look back to where she is, and she's got some trees in front of her, and she just takes a left and turns into the frag, and she's gone.
That dirty tramp.
I'm like, fuck, that was my fucking hunt right there. I could have been packed up and out of here fucking
home
at 4 p.m.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Drop that deer off at fucking Ron's.
So I was like, okay, I'm going to be more alert. This low temp's got them moving. They're on their feet. I mean, it's fucking rut. You know what I mean? At this point, it's like October 7th. You know what I mean? Just prime time. So I'm a lot more alert from thereafter for the remainder of my hunt. About an hour later, comes just like a fucking bat out of hell out of the frag. Sprinting, a deer sprints out of the frag to my left into this open area of flooded timber. It's not in flooded timber, it's just an openish area. Just sprints 20 yards out and just stops and just starts walking.
Okay.
It was a fawn. So I'm like, fuck.
God, they are so small.
They are. You can tell.
It's incredible.
They are tiny little animals.
Jesus.
Like you said, I mean, the smallest deer I've ever seen.
Yeah.
You know? Well, this one wasn't, but I've seen some smaller fawns, but this
Can we
one.
dispel a little myth here?
What's that?
You know, we've heard that they navigate through the frag by looking at trees.
Yep.
Bull fucking shit. Bullshit. That shit is 12 feet fucking tall.
Yeah.
They're 2 feet tall, and they're walking through these fucking frags looking at trees. Bullshit.
They can't.
I was in the fucking frag. I was looking up. I couldn't see fuck all.
No.
It's not a thing.
And you're 5 foot tall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
4'11" on a good day.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
Yeah. You made that great point. You said that to me, and I was like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah. They can't fucking see up out of that frag.
No.
You just can't.
They're just following trails that are already there.
Yeah, exactly. And they probably learn the trails just by memory, repetition.
Yeah.
That's where they travel. And just like any other animal, I'm sure scent is a big factor too. But yeah, I wouldn't say they're looking up a whole lot, looking at trees to guide them.
No.
I don't buy that. I think they look up, but I don't think that's why.
I mean, it's a good thought, but no.
No.
Anyway.
So I was like, oh, all right, well, cool. They're moving. And It's because it's like a little before 4 at this time. So I sent you guys a snap of the fawn. Thought that was cool, beautiful animal. Like to see him. Always good to see him.
Oh yeah.
So I'm sitting there for a while, and then I'd say it was probably about a hour and a half, 2 hours after that. So I got about an hour of light left at this point. Time's coming down to an end. My time in Sikaville, the clock is ticking. It's just coming down.
Yeah. Hear that second hand.
Yeah, the pressure's on. It's like, man, I got one, but I'd really like to get some more meat in my freezer.
Greedy bastard.
You know, I didn't have enough.
Yeah,
you know,
no,
I want more.
Yeah.
And I know I can always go back down. It's not like I'm that far, but I just, you know, it was a bit of a grind that week. It was grindy.
Yeah.
It was just warm. I think it was a little early, but here we were, and the wind is just pushing the rain into my face, just pelting my face, and just starting to get a shiver in the air.
Oh, man, you're just painting this picture.
The temps are really dropping. I mean, I can see the shimmer of the oil on the top of the black water. I mean, just the beautiful landscape. It's a great blue heron just flies across the sky.
I can hear an eagle in the distance. Yeah, because that's how they sound.
That's a crow. There was a crow that day that was fucking just going off, and I was like, I want to shoot that motherfucker. But here comes some movement.
Yeah, baby.
And out of the frag, heading into the timber, was just the largest, probably state record hind. I mean, this thing was a fucking mammoth.
Yeah.
Easily 250 pounds. Minus like
200.
200, yeah. But she was a hoss of a hind.
I wonder if that's ever been recorded. The biggest hind.
I don't know. I mean, it maybe, but it was a big old girl.
I wonder how old she was.
It was the biggest hind I've ever seen.
Okay.
Yeah. Old, yeah. And she is like just over where the last hind was. So she's right at 40. And earlier this week, I shot a deer pretty close to that yardage, and I fucked it up. This time, I had the advantage of learning from my mistake, and at least it was my strong side.
Yeah.
So she's going, and she's walking, and she's at a pretty good pace. So I grab my bow, I draw, and she's starting to turn away from me. So great shot, quartering away.
Hell yeah.
And I go, meh. And honestly, I don't think she stopped at all. But I fucking let it eat because she was starting to go away. You know what I mean? And I fucking drilled her ass.
Yes.
I hit her a little far back, but I was kind of holding a little far back because with a quartering away, it's you don't want to be too far forward. You know what I mean?
Yeah, single lung them, yeah.
Yeah. So I hit her a little high, but I fucking went through and fucking just destroyed her lungs. She ran back. She did a horseshoe and ran back into the frag from where I shot her. I heard and seen frag just collapse. Like I knew she was done. And like I texted you guys right away. I said, fucking got one.
Shit, yeah.
And she probably ran all of 20 yards from where I shot her, but because she did a horseshoe, you know what I mean? So she probably ran a total of like 60 yards, but 20 yards from where I shot her, and I did the same thing. I was like, I ain't going into that frag, I'm finding blood.
Yeah, yes.
And that that sever,
Yeah,
they're good broadheads.
yeah, they're fine.
They're just, sever's like a schwacker that's just improved upon. You know
I feel
what
like
I mean?
it's more of a rage that's improved upon.
Yeah, because they've got the front deploy.
Yeah.
So you get an entry hole, but they're great broadhead. So that sever just fucking wreaked havoc. I mean, just a beautiful blood trail. But I texted you guys before I even climbed down because I knew I watched the frag fall over. I heard her collapse into it. I said I fucking got one, and Ryan was like, hind or big stag? And I was like, hind. But I'll take it, baby. That's what I came down here to do, is fill my freezer, and I'm doing that. And I got her, and I went down, tracked that blood for a short trail. It's easy to find, and I made us the most joyous hike out of there. I mean, It was awesome. And So what I did for this was pretty unorthodox, and it's something I'll do again. I took my bike in, like off the trail.
Through the timber?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I biked a good ways, and then I just pushed it, dropped it, and then walked the rest of the way. Because I was a good ways back there, and I'm by myself, so I'm like, I'm going to use this bike kind of like a sled. So I got her, gutted her, dragged her to the bike, tied her onto the bike real good.
Just push the bike?
And just pushed the bike.
Okay.
It was money, dude.
Yeah, that sounds, I like that.
It's pretty doable. It was nice. I enjoyed it.
I used my, I'm sure you do the same thing. I used my rappel rope to drag mine out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Man, that's money.
That's the way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's what I did till I got to my bike.
Yeah.
Yep. And I put like literally what I clipped to the tree, I put that around her neck, pulled it tight, and walk.
That's the same thing I did.
Money.
Man, the one thing I will say about these little critters, they're so small, they're easy to drag.
Yeah. That is, because sometimes you got to get in there. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So it's a blessing that completely field-dressed stag is only going to weigh like 50, 60 pounds.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not the most in-shape fella, and I had to drag mine probably 350 yards. Mm-hmm. No issue.
No problem.
Zero.
Yeah. Hinds are typically 30 to a really big one would be 50 pounds after you got them.
Yeah, like a bag of dog food.
Yeah. So, like, it's definitely a lot easier to drag than a whitetail.
Yeah. Oh, God, yeah.
But let me tell you, that meat, have you eaten any yet?
Mm-mm.
I did. So I saved the heart from that second hind. We had that as an appetizer last night. And I diced it up real good, seasoned it with a little salt and pepper, put it in the cast iron skillet with some butter. Whew. If you haven't tried heart and you listen to this, try it. And I told my kids, as I forced them to try it, I'm like, this is a delicacy. I said, there's very few people in the world who have eaten this. Because, like, so there's a limited amount of people that have ever even eaten a Sika Deer.
Yeah.
From the Eastern Shore in particular. But how many of those people have eaten a Sika Deer's heart? How many people are saving them? Not a lot. So I was like, there's probably only a few thousand people, maybe even less, in the whole world who have ever eaten this.
That's a really good way to think of it.
This is a privilege.
Yeah.
And you're going to fucking eat it. Wyatt was pumped about it. He's he loves it. You know, he's all boy there. But yeah, so they ate that. We had some backstraps, some tenderloins, and a couple steaks.
Yeah, I did give some to my neighbor across the street. Shout out Charlotte. She said it was wonderful.
Yeah, so it's good stuff.
I only gave her like a pack of steaks and a pack of burger. I was like, I'm sorry, I'd love to give more, but there's not much.
There's not much. Yeah. That's why I like tagging out on these things, which we're gonna fucking do, because we're going back down. Stay tuned. We'll give you guys an update on that, but we've been in talks about going on another adventure down there.
Yeah, we'll get you more details as we get more details.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for that.
Yeah, it sounds like a good time.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Have you been hunting?
I went this morning.
How was it?
Electric. The rut is on the cusp of kicking off.
It's getting there, huh?
Yeah.
What is it? It's October 14th today?
Yes.
It's getting there. I'd say in another week, we're going to start to see some chasing.
Yeah, I went this morning right before the rain and had 6 come in. The first 2 that came in were 2 fawns, and on their trail, hot, was a 4-pointer.
Really?
Pushing them through the
He was chasing?
Yeah.
No shit. It's a little early.
Yeah. And then here come their mama. She come through the hole in the fence. She came through hot. Had no shot on her. I had about a 10-yard shot. She was really close, but she was all the way facing away. And I just didn't want to take that shot. And she's standing there about 10 yards, facing away, and I hear a crack. Here comes that big wide 7-pointer on her fucking trail, chasing after her.
No shit.
Yeah, and so the 7-pointer and the 4-pointer, they get face to face. They go to square off, and they bow their heads. And the 4-pointer's like, nah, I don't want any of this. And he boogers off. And that 7-pointer, let me tell you something. That some bitch walks past me again at 20 yards. He might have a problem.
He's pretty nice, huh?
Yeah. He's a big fucker.
No shit.
Yeah.
He was 20 yards from you.
Yeah.
You didn't want to shoot him?
He's just not the caliber of deer that I want. I'm such a picky fuck anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, I have a lot of these 100-inch deer on my wall.
Yeah.
I don't need any more.
Yeah.
So.
You don't think he's over Pope and Young?
No, he's young. He's probably 3. He's got those real spindly antlers.
Damn it.
Next year.
Yeah.
But if he catches me on a bad day, I might just.
I'm with you though, man. Like I just, you know, I got a couple deer that are nice deer, but I want something that's like 4 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know.
But yeah, it was an electric morning. The rut is, oh man, we are almost there.
Yeah.
But it was good.
Nice
and comfortable on my cruiser saddle. Man, I'm getting so used to that thing.
It's sick, isn't it?
God, and I'm like a well-oiled machine now. Fucking.
Oh yeah.
One sticking.
Sikaville did that.
Yeah.
You get them reps in, dude, and that's how I feel. Like I just after that week down there, like I'm fucking fluid with that thing. I'm like goddamn Bruce Lee.
I did have to get a new aider.
Did you?
Because the last hunt, I'm down in Sikaville. I'm climbing up, and the last step of my aider is hanging on by like 2 threads.
No shit.
Yeah. So I just kind of had to like David Blaine levitate, just become weightless on that last step. But yeah, I wasn't gonna trust that anymore.
What kind of weight did you get, or aider did you get?
It's called the Hang and Bang. It's off Amazon.
Gotcha.
Like $12.
Review Dan's hip waders.
Yeah.
Awesome fucking waders. But get the snake chaps, not the briar-proof chaps. The briar-proof chaps are great, but they're a little louder.
Okay.
The snake-proof are better. Just FYI for anybody interested.
Or get the frog togs off Amazon, $40.
Yeah, but they suck.
Hey, I didn't get wet until I fell.
Yeah, but they're uncomfortable as shit staying on a platform.
Oh yeah, my feet.
And you're gonna poke a hole in them.
I never.
It's a matter of time.
Oh yeah. If I go down again, I'll probably get a new pair.
Yeah.
But that's probably not gonna happen. But
don't think you'll go back, huh?
I don't know. As of right now, fuck no.
Yeah. Well, you're gonna go back for our adventure, though.
Yeah. Well, that's more calm.
Yeah. It doesn't sound as brutal.
Yeah. But yeah, if you don't have like a platform like we have with that angled edge,
yeah,
you're in trouble.
Yep.
Holy shit, are you in trouble?
Mm-hmm.
Because they have zero cushion in those
cheap
frog
waders.
dogs. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I wanted the Dans more than anything. Is just because I was tired of wearing basically rubber boots.
Yeah.
You know, they're so uncomfortable to sit. And if you're standing for a long period of time, they suck.
Yeah.
Like that fucking, what was that? Probably 6-hour sit that I had the last day down there. I'd have been miserable in them frog dogs.
I think that's why I was so pissy. Like, why are we going in so early? Why are we sitting so long? What are we doing this for?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. It's the rut, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like you just feel like you need to be there longer. But, man, I'll tell you what, I'm not saying you can't catch Sika Deer at, 11 a.m. or 3 p.m. I'm not saying that. But it's pretty fucking rare, even in the rut.
Dude, Wednesday night.
But it does. I mean, I've heard a lot of people say.
Wednesday night, what time we get there? Up in the tree? 4?
4.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, that's the way to go.
I had a deer down in an hour.
Yeah.
Fucking love that.
I think for them, you can go in a little later. And getting out, I think you keep it about the same as whitetail because I've seen a good bit of movement after 9 a.m.
Yeah.
For them. My first one I killed was after 9 a.m. So I think it's worth sitting a little longer in the mornings, but in the evening, like, you just don't have to get in there that early. Like, go do a 2.5, 3 hour sit. That's it.
Yeah.
Good to go. And especially if you're, because it's a war of attrition, man. You go down there for a whole week, and you're sitting 6 hours in the morning, 6 hours in the evening, like, you're gonna get burned the fuck out.
Yeah, don't do that. I just don't think it's necessary. I'd like to do that like maybe a day or two. Mm-hmm. Do like an all day sit, maybe one day out of the week, but not all week. Like it just seems unnecessary. But all in all, we had a fucking awesome trip down to Sikaville. Everybody drew blood. Everybody came home with some meat in the freezer. It was just a amazing week.
It's a beautiful place, and Blackwater is just got a special place in my heart. Love it down there.
Do we know if our campground neighbors got anything or no?
Nobody got anything.
Really?
Yeah.
So we're just fuckers.
Yeah. One neighbor got a fawn.
Did he?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You seen that one, didn't you? Or was that after you left? Yeah, one guy got a fawn. But the guys behind us got nothing. The guy from West Virginia next to us, nice dude, he got nothing. He left the day before we did. And then that other guy, who was only there for like 2 days, he didn't get nothing. So it was a rough week.
Public service announcement. And this mainly goes out to that guy from West Virginia. If you leave your tree stand tether at home and someone at camp offers you one, take it.
Yeah.
Please don't go to a boat shop and get a buoy line as your tether.
Yeah. He was like, well, it's got a 300-pound weight rating. I'm like, okay, dude. Like, that, when you fall, you're going to generate a lot more force than 300 pounds.
What do you generate if you fall? 200-pound guys generating 1,800 pounds?
Yeah, something. It's a lot of force.
I mean, it might hold you if you're just hanging there.
Yeah.
But if you drop a foot, that thing is snapping.
Yeah, it's a real good chance it's going to break.
So please, don't do that.
Yeah, don't be a dumbass. Especially, like, dude, you're going out, like, way to the frag and, like,
a lot of those places
by yourself
don't have cell phone service.
Yeah. Like, nah, man. That's why I hate going. The units that I don't have signal, I don't like being in there by myself. Yeah. Like,
tell somebody where you're at.
Yeah, like you guys knew where I was, but like, say I fell at 7 a.m.
Yeah.
And I couldn't move. I would lay there till you guys figured out, like, hey, Seth's not at the truck. You haven't seen him. We better go check where he was hunting. And you guys would find me 3 hours later. Like, dude, that would be fucking miserable.
Yeah. So, yeah. I offered him. I would have gave him the goddamn lanyard.
Yeah, you were like, you can have it. And he was like, oh, it's cool, thanks, man. It's like, okay.
Whatever, dude. Your life.
Yeah.
But don't do that, please.
Yeah. Especially if you got kids. And, I mean, anybody. You got family, you know? Like, just don't be a dumbass.
Yeah.
Yep.
But all in all, great trip. Fuck those mosquitoes. Have you been whitetail hunting since?
I have.
Have you?
I have.
Any luck?
We're well over an hour, so I'm gonna save that for the next pod. Right. I think we'll leave this one at what it is. But I want to say thank you to the citizens of Church Creek for allowing us to come down there and just
Taylor's Island Campground.
Kill all your deer. It was amazing.
Yeah.
We left plenty for you guys. I honestly still plenty of rut down there as of today. It's prime time down there.
Everything I'm seeing on Facebook, it's good. It's going bananas.
Yeah, we picked the wrong week this year.
We did.
We should have went the second week.
It's all right. We got it. Yeah.
You know, we all got meat in the freezer. It was a great time. We enjoyed the fuck out of it, and we're gonna keep coming back.
Maybe not.
I will. I love it.
I'll probably change my tube next year.
Yeah. You'll forget by then, and you'll be like, I'll go back. And then you'll get down there and you'll be like, fuck this.
Yeah.
Well, all right, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate y'all tuning in. We'll be back very soon as it's starting to heat up for whitetail, ladies and gentlemen. The rut is very close.
Yes, it is.
We got some deer to kill.
Fucking A, we do.
Go out there and get some, y'all. Peace.